Wow, happy Friday afternoon. Let's see, what do we got going here? We got Irish Twin, Just a Sub, Sunnyside, Jubilee, Veronica, KB, Crystal Langford, Closing Arguments. Um, yeah, I can't even watch her. I clicked in a couple times. She's obviously given a history lesson on why I don't like her. I don't think I need to bore you guys with that. You'll notice the thumbnail on this. It looks like her head is coming out of her ass. So that's why I chose that lovely picture. So, can I just say that I spoke to my son this morning and it was very enlightening to talk to him because although it took two 15-minute phone calls, um, he really kind of helped put this in perspective. Hey, Tawanda. Um, so I know Starlight's up there on her panel, which just proves my point even more. Okay. So, Starlight, first of all, let me tell Natasha, when you started off with, hey, thank you, Tammy's clips, for your community post. When you started off, Natasha, with you can't stand dirty fingernails. Well, that's quite apparent because you got your kids digging in a yard, recreating Shanann Watts's grave. Now, that ain't talking about your kids. That's talking about what you put them up to. Just like that video with that conversation between you and your daughter. That's not talking about your daughter. That's talking about your parenting. And see, over here in the trauma drama community, talking about somebody's parenting is okay. Now, you can sit there and say you're not part of the drama community, but you are. See, you got drug in over here by Mandolin, Hooker, Starlight, back when they all liked each other. And then you just settled your fat ass right in because, subs got you some subs, which, whatever, who cares? Yeah, Red Star, you've missed a lot. So, yeah, we know you don't like getting your fingernails dirty. Um, since you had somebody else dig a reenactment of Shanann Watts's grave. And you want to tell me I don't have a life? Who does that? Who goes out into their own yard and digs a grave and tries to fit a woman who's 3 times bigger than Shanann Watts was into the hole? And you want to tell me I don't have a life? So, Natasha, we really don't need a history lesson on why I can't stand you. Okay? Yes, Veronica. I'll put the pictures on my community post. She is trying to recreate Shanann Watts's grave in her own yard. Well, by the looks of your yard, hey, Simon, by the looks of your yard, Natasha, why don't you try planting some pretty flowers? I mean, hibiscus grows wild down there. Just go dig you up a wild hibiscus. And the fact that Starlight is on that panel and all of the people in all of these comment sections that approve, that are okay and rooting her on what she did by totally doxing my son, the goalpost has not only been moved, it's gone. Because, see, I never doxed her. I never doxed her children. I didn't even talk about her children. And I have it clipped where she says I didn't go after her daughter. So this is just another money grab for her. By the way, guys, I still am accepting donations for my mini vacay in the mountain with my family because I pay my way, or my supporters will. You, Starlight, on the other hand, it's all on Daddy's checkbook. We know. But I'm going to be on that mountaintop and I'm going to be with that family that you say can't stand me. Exactly. I was talking about Natasha's behavior. Has nothing to do with that little girl. Although I do worry that any child would be taught that that's okay. But I didn't dox her kids. That video is all over the internet, and Natasha is over there making the claim that I could cause her daughter harm. Are you kidding me? Yes, closing arguments. Natasha threatened to go real life on me over on Randy's panel. Yes. And now that Starlight has joined in on this is okay to show people's criminal records and such, people's children. Now, I'm not going to dox anybody's kids. I'm not going to dox Natasha's kids. I'm not going to dox Starlight's kids because in reality, kids, no matter how old they are, they don't have anything to do with any of this. It's not Natasha's daughter's fault that Natasha calls her that. That's not her fault. That's Natasha's fault. That isn't to lay blame at her daughter's feet. So, talking about parenting, thanks, Denise, but talking about parenting, because we've all been spoken on. Our parenting has been spoken on. Mine's been spoken on because I raised a drug addict. Steph's parenting's been spoken on numerous times. Amanda Lynn's parenting, hell, Randy just threw a jab at her the other day saying, how was your kid's first day at school? And let's not forget that you explained to, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot your name again. Um, she was just in here. I thanked her for her community post. Oh, Tammy's clips. Remember, Natasha, how you explained away to her that you weren't talking about her family? You were talking about her? Remember how you tried to explain that away? So let's get it clear. I have you clipped saying, I never came for your daughter. So you sitting up there boo hooing. And by the way, you done went and changed the name to your fund to fuck around and find out. And I'm going to go ahead and hashtag Savage in this. Me and Savage may not be the best of buds, but I don't think our beef runs that deep. To be honest, I don't even think Savage knows I even breathe anymore. But all of these people supporting this, remember, She is the worst kind of human. The goalpost has now been removed. So if my family member is up for grabs, because he's 37 years old, they've done said 36, 37, 38. They don't have a clue. They can't do math, basic math, obviously, because they have us. And Natasha, will you please just get on a bus, whatever you got to do, and come and sit in the courtroom, because there's not going to be a trial. There's not going to be any Zoom calls. So your new crime case is going to suck. But so do all your other ones. There won't be any deceased children to sell their autopsy photos behind a paywall. There won't be any graves to dig to reenact the brutal death of the mother of 3 children. So if my son's case is your new crime case, people, Natasha supporters, save your money. Because, yes, Sunnyside, that's what she said when she was showing my son and his, what got him arrested. And, but see what people don't understand. Go, Natasha, go, Natasha, go, Natasha. Now, Natasha's sitting over there crying because I called out her behavior with her daughter, that I could cause harm to her daughter. How the fuck does she think she couldn't cause harm to the girl that Chance was locked up with? His girlfriend. How the fuck does she think I wouldn't go in the closet and take care of myself? But see, I'm not like that. Hey, Clary. But what you've done, Natasha, is you have put me in a position. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you very much. You have put me in a position of I've got nothing to lose. I don't live off of PayPal pulls and YouTube. And that's a bad position to put somebody in. Because you got everything to lose, Natasha. Every fucking thing. Yeah, the laws have been looked into because of what she did. Even though it's public record, it was the intent behind it. But I'm still got somebody looking into that for me. I'm still waiting on Starlight to call the police on me. But Starlight being on that panel proves that I'm telling the truth. And Natasha, you can say it until it rolls out your fat ass that Starlight did not give you anything, and I don't fucking believe you. Because the more you say it, the more you prove that she did. But like I said, when you say fuck around and find out, that belongs to Savage. Okay? That's her thing. And I'm not going to speak for Savage, but from a little clip I heard the other night, I don't think she likes you much. I don't think she likes you too much. No, you want to see some hate bonding WOG? Go over to Natasha's. Go watch the last 2 or 3 weeks of Randy and Wendy. See, you don't see me running to the people who have a problem with Natasha and jumping on their panels and shit. But again, the goalpost has been removed. My parenting has been spoke on. Steph's parenting has been spoke on. Hell, German lady runs around and accuses TNT's child of being a killer. This has all been ignored in this community. All of this has been ignored. Amanda's kids have been spoke on. Starlight's kids have been spoke on. No hate walk. But all of this has been ignored in this community until I show Bad Parenting by Natasha Cooper. And then, and only then, is it acceptable for Natasha to flat out put my son's life on blast. So again, no goalpost. And all of you people supporting her, you're not immune either. I thought Natasha went as low as she could, as low as she would when she outed BBT's medical history and said she was going to interfere with her custody. I guess you were wrong. But again, let me reiterate, I am not going to dox Natasha's children. I am not going to dox Natasha's boyfriend. I had a whole crew come down on me because I said Marianne and Lufkin. A whole come apart over information that's out there everywhere that she came on this channel with, on this platform. That's doxing according to them. But what Natasha did, now, let's get past the poking the bear thing, okay? Let's talk about poking the bear. Because we have Randy and Wendy who are constantly poking Tam Tam, poking Mommy Ramblings, poking BBT. So if Mommy Ramblings or Tam Tam or BBT was to do the exact same thing that Natasha did to my son, exactly, Clary. You ain't even talking about her children. I talked about something that was said on a live stream. But yet, Steph has been dogged because she yelled at her kid. Amanda's been dogged. Remember the other day when Randy said, "Hey, Amanda, how was your kid's first day at school?" I'm sorry. I don't think I've heard Amanda speak on Randy's children. But again, Natasha, you've put me in a position I got nothing to lose because I don't live off scamming money off people. And I don't know Mommy Ramblings. I don't watch Mommy Ramblings. But I'll tell you what, she's going to get copies of both the videos and she will have them in her file if your non existent class action lawsuit actually makes it to court. And then Mommy Ramblings can simply say, Your Honor, would you look at this? This is the behavior she's accusing me of. Exactly, KB. I was defending her child. But they can twist it any way they want. because I've seen a whole new side of this place that I didn't think I would ever see. Of course, I told Mommy Ramblings I don't watch her because it's the truth. When she come in here, I told her, I don't watch you. Now, throwing shit at me, throwing my docs out there, whatever. You don't even have it right, so I don't care about it. I really don't. But when you brought my son into real life situations and you said he was going to be your next true crime case, that's when the goalpost got pulled up out of the ground and thrown right over your shoulder. Right, because I said Marianne's fucking name. But Natasha's all good. But Natasha's all good. She's all good for what she did. Hey, K Love. They're all rooting her on. Hartley, Life Rewinded, Nomer. They're all over there rooting Natasha on for what she did. But see, you're in the same community as me. And when there are no rules, then there are no rules for anyone on here. So if you poke me and you poke me like you do, Hartley, no rules, no boundaries. No rules, no boundaries. You want to call me a doxer because I said Marianne's name, which she used when she came to this platform, and I said her town? Hey, I'll take doxer. But I don't see any of you all saying a word about what Natasha did, except, you go, girl, you got her. She fucked around and found out, didn't she? Did I? Did I? Because, see, everything I've said about Natasha is online. And I don't mean Googling Natasha and all that shit. Well, it's not that horrible stuff, according to now, and like I said, if it was just me, I'd be, oh, what the fuck? Who cares? But I knew when Starlight started passing that around that it was going to involve my son. Yes, Clary, that is how we move in this community now. Good to know. I'm giving you all the heads up. Yep. Please smash that like. It helps. I mean, you can hit dislike too if you want, but and Starlight, I'm gonna go on that fucking vacation with that family that hates me. And I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna show you what a real family vacation is about. Okay? Okay? If I have to sell fucking aluminum cans, I don't really have a lot of aluminum cans. We're not big drinkers around here. And Natasha said, oh my God, 6 DUIs, which we all know they're not all mine. There's a story behind it. I don't feel like I need to go back into it. Even Pop, who looked me up, admitted, yep, there is another Tracy. Yep. But whatever. Let them believe they're all mine. I thank God every day that I didn't hurt somebody. Natasha, do you wake up in the morning thanking God that you haven't driven somebody over the edge to cause self harm? Because trust me, I know what you've done to your ex mods. Do you wake up, hey, Misfit Jenny, Do you wake up every single day and think, thank God none of the people that I have attacked and doxed and gone into their real life has not hurt themselves. Thank God. No, you don't, Natasha. You don't. Because you continue to do it. You'll see my PayPal and my Cash App scrolling across the top of my screen. All tips appreciated, but not expected. Yeah, Life Rewinded poked Laura for years. Does that mean it's okay for Laura to dox her kids? Of course it's not. Thank you, Clary. Hey, Bodie Blue. Of course it's not. It's not okay. If Laura would have done what Natasha Cooper did last night, this whole community would have burnt down with live streams going after Laura. But because it's Natasha and my son, and they don't want to lose Natasha, because if they lose Natasha, they lose Natasha's supporters, they lose Natasha's supporters' money. Trust me, they ain't going to speak on it. They ain't going to speak on it. But let me get back to my conversation with my son, because he's the one that made me realize this morning that it's all going to be okay. So I'm kind of telling him this story, and he thinks YouTube is fucked up anyways. He's always said, Mama, that shit's crazy. Because he ain't a drama queen. It never is. I mean, he'll avoid drama at all cost. But and please don't think for 1 minute my son doesn't realize the things he's done. I don't think he has 116 charges, but whatever you want to, whatever kind of math you want to whip up there, Natasha, we all know your math is skewed. You raised how much money for Shanna People's family, and you spent how much money? Yeah, your math is a little skewed there, Natasha. But see, Natasha, this is all, it's all proven. I've got the conversation between your sister that you ripped off for $14,000 and the detective. It's all proven on a YouTube channel. I didn't have to go digging. I didn't have to have some weasel like Starlight bring me your information. I got people right now trying to give me dirt on you. I don't need it. You're dirty enough all by yourself. I don't need it. Now, I did get a kick out of the fact that you don't have a flower one in your yard, but that you want to be out there digging a grave. And when you went live today, the first thing you said was, y'all know how I hate dirt underneath my fingernails. I'm sorry, Natasha. I did get a kick out of that. I didn't get a kick out of what you were doing, trying to recreate Shanann Watts's grave. Do you worry about her family seeing that, Natasha? Do you like you're worried about your daughter stumbling across that video of your all's conversation? Did you stop to think, oh, that's right. You flipped Shanann Watts's mom off. But did you think what it would be like for them to see two people out in a yard trying to simulate where that fucking psycho put their daughter? Did you think about them, Natasha? I saw what she did to Mrs. Portland. So we don't need a history on when I started disliking you because I ain't never liked you. But when you came into my community, our community, when I get told to mind my business over by two people who's talking about something and it's none of their business and it involves you. So again, so my son this morning, I keep getting off track. So my son this morning, he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" Well, he always chirps me first and says, "Mom, are you awake?" And I was like, "Yeah, I haven't slept much." He's like, "You want me to call?" And I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." So I'm telling him the story about what Natasha did and how it's going to be her new true crime case. Well, he kind of started laughing. He said, "I'm going to be," and he even went so far as to say, "Well, if she makes any money off of it, can you have her put it on my books?" And of course, we had a good chuckle over that because we know Natasha Cooper. Thank you for the Cash App. We know Natasha Cooper doesn't give her coins away. They're not even her coins, but no chance. Natasha Cooper supporters are not going to put money on your books. But Mama's got you covered. Hello, U-Haul thief, true son. Hello, you want to take a link? Come on out from behind that. Come on. Don't time them out. Get the URL on it. Is Pepper in here? Somebody grab the URL on it. And then let you want to link U-Haul thief, son? By the way, the U-Haul wasn't stolen, dumbass. It was paid for. But get your story straight. See, Natasha, you don't have your story right. Well, Gary, she did show where she donated a little bit to, but not even to the charity of Gannon's mom's choice because, she called Gannon's mom a drug addict. And Gannon would probably still be alive if it wasn't for his parents. That's how Natasha feels about that case. Now, we got people out here that really, really, really hates tragedy pimps. Hey, shot of poison. Yes, thank you. Where do you want me to send the link, Trace? What link? Can I drop the link if stolen U-Haul Tracy's son or what is it again? U-Haul thief true son. Can I drop the link for them? But see, they won't come up because they're pussies, and they were raised by by a sow, by a pig. Oh, you mean the URL? Yeah, Puss in Boots. You can Oh, well, I don't know where to tell you to put it. Can you put it in our chat? Well, Willow, I'm surprised to see you here. But hello. Am I looking at you are looking at my puppy? Oh, you mean my the picture on the thumbnail? That is Natasha Cooper's head coming out of her ass. Well, I'm joking. That's what it looks like. It's actually her boobies. Thank you, Puss in Boots. We'll have to give that to Pepper. If you got a way to get it to Pepper, Puss in Boots, that'd be best. So, okay, damn, I keep getting distracted. So I'm talking to my son, and you know what he says to me? He says, Mom, so she does criminal acts, right? I said, yeah, yeah, she's committed tax fraud. She's ripped off her own sister. Um, she's put up funds for attorneys that she's never used. Yeah, yeah, I guess you could say that. And he said, Mom, when I was out there acting a fool, that was my hustle. When I was out there being a criminal, I had a hustle. So let the bitch have her hustle. He told me. He said, let the bitch have her hustle, Mom. That's what criminals do. They hustle. But I'm a criminal and I don't go after, I mean, I have a criminal record. Yeah, the old brain. Yeah, when she had the squishy brain. Yeah, and she needed money for the scan that she never got. Where's those pictures, Natasha, of your brain? But see, I don't even have to explain all this because all of this information is already out there in black and white. Proof. Hey, sent in. But basically, my son said, Mom, don't sweat the petty stuff and don't pet the sweaty stuff. That's pretty much what he told me. He said, Mom, if she shows up in court, how will I know her? I said, Oh, baby, you can't miss her. You can't miss her. She'll be in a moo and a headband and a turban and flip flops. But yeah, it was so great to talk to him about this morning. And I did contact his attorney and told her, that this person on YouTube was going after my son. And then Natasha said the other day that it's a conflict of interest for Chance's public defender to have a to be friends with the prosecutor. Bitch, for a true crime channel, you don't know much. They basically work out of the same office. Oh, what'd Clary say? She got clapping hands. And that screen grab that you got that from Starlight. Thank you, Misfit Jenny. I'm gonna go live from that vacation. I sure the hell am. So, you know what, Natasha? I'm not gonna shut up. You can't affect my real life like I can affect yours. And now, will I stoop as low as you and go after your kids? Thank you, Misfit Jenny. No, I won't. I'm not going to. I've never gone after your kids, and I've got you on tape admitting it. But you have pretty much ruined this community. You have single handedly, and I was told by somebody that was very close to you at one time, doesn't matter who, that this is what you do. You go from community to community to community, collecting people along the way. Right, Bodie Blue. I never went after her kid. I talked about how she spoke to her kid. I talked on her parenting, not her child. But she wants to sit over there and say, well, that could hurt my daughter. That could hurt my daughter. But what she did can't hurt my son, right? Can't hurt me. Can't hurt my family. The fact that she's sitting on my family's information. See, I haven't looked up your family, Natasha. All I had to do is go to a YouTube channel to get the detective's conversation between you were part of it, and your sister and the detective over the $14,000. I didn't have to hit Google. She still tries to claim, well, it's on video. So she can claim, she can sit up there and she can lie to Rabbit Dog and say she never said the word. Okay, and maybe in fairness, let's give it to Natasha. Maybe in that clip she doesn't say it. She says Negro ingenuity or something like that. But maybe she doesn't say that word. But it's clearly said. But that's what you always call me. And she says, oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Do you even know what Negro means? And the little girl responds, I mean, it's all on video. I didn't make the video. It's not my live stream. It's not the conversation I had with my child. No, 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 Steph. Let me tell you something. Minor children, grown children, children are children. See, my son is my life, just like her daughters are her life. That's, I mean, there's no, we can't put rules on. Now, I'm not going to dox her daughter. I'm not going to show her daughter's picture. I'm not going to, well, I wouldn't even know where to find it, but I'm not going to, I'm not going to do any of that. But no, 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 no. We're not bending the rules. Because my son is my baby till the day I take my last fucking breath. I don't care how old he is. And I'm sure that everyone who has had their parenting spoke on in this community feels the same way. Hey, British Chippy. I'm sure everyone that has had their child or their, I take that back, not their child, but their parenting spoke on. And there's a whole long list of them. But guess what side every one of those people are on? Guess where every one of those people hang out? Randy and Wendy's. Hello, Starlights. Strange, huh? So there's no more calling foul in this community. Like I said, I have my boundaries, and my boundaries are I'm not going to dox your children. I'm not going to dox your family. Because just because you're a piece of shit doesn't mean I have to be. But please, Natasha, don't think for 1 minute that you scare me, because you don't. Oh, Starlight's such a huge disappointment. Not to me, because I've known she was a piece of shit from day one, from the first time I ever came into contact with her. But for those of you that actually had a relationship with Starlight, I feel bad for you all. Well, I'm happy that you saw the light, but I feel bad that you ever thought that person was a decent person. Yeah, every single person that has spoken on someone's children in this community hangs on that side of this community, which maybe not Laura, but Laura's kind of like her own community. Hell, we got German lady, which I might as well go ahead and call her German dude, because Starlight can, and she doesn't have anything to say about that. But you know what? I don't even like that. I'm not going to do it. We got German lady in the chat yesterday telling me, or wherever, when night before last, Starlights, whenever that was, that she's going to drag my drug addicted junkie son's ass. Now, is that going after my kid, or is that coming after me? Because that doesn't say, she didn't say, I'm going to go on panel and drag you for being a piece of shit mother. She didn't say that. But that's acceptable. That's acceptable. Well, that's what she said, Bodie. I'm not making it up. She said, if you summons me again, I will go live. And I'm sorry, I can't talk like her, but I will go live and I will drag your drug addicted junkie son. Now, wait a minute. She didn't say she was going to drag me for being a horrible parent and raising an addict. She went right for my kid, but that's totally acceptable here. In that chat sits people like Sin, Randy, Life Rewinded, Nomer, Sour Girl, One Win. All of these people who think that me saying Marianne and Lufkin is a dox. Well, I'll take it. You want to call me a doxer? I'll take it. But after what you're supporting, what Natasha Cooper did, again, no rules in this community. This is a no holds bar community. And Natasha, again, if you're listening, I'm not going to fuck with your kids. I'm not going to fuck with your family. But you've pushed me to a place that I've got nothing to lose, girlfriend. See, I don't live off PayPal pools and scamming victims and selling autopsy photos, charging $3 like it's some kind of a fucking freak show. I know, Terry Lynn. No, Randy and One Win have withheld comment. And their silence tonight, which is their night to go Sorry, I got to call it. Knocked me out. But it's going to be the silence around here that's going to speak volumes. And again, Natasha, stop it with the fuck around and find out community. Because you just took that right off Savage's fucking tongue. Just like the people saying, moron, that came from Savage. Stop it. I know, I just got a call and it knocked me off. My son is more than a human. My son has more love and peace in his heart than most anyone, including myself, that I've ever come across. Ever. And I've told stories about my son in the midst of his addiction. When one of his partners that he used with had his daughter on Christmas Eve. It just happened to be his visitation night. And Chance comes in higher than a kite. And he looks at me with tears in his eyes and says, this little kid's going to wake up with nothing. And I told him, I'm not giving you money. I'm not giving you cash. He goes, will you get up and throw some clothes on? And this is in the middle of the night on Christmas Eve. And he don't have no money because he's an addict. He's done used it all up. And we went to Walgreens and we bought up every little toy that we could find for that little girl. We bought coloring books, crayons, Barbies. And trust me, it was picked over. But that was my son. No, she doesn't have a copyright on it. You're right, independent thinkers. No one owns Fuck Around and Find Out. But it's just real funny that Natasha started using it after Savage started using it. And I don't care. That's between Savage and uh what's her name? Natasha. Say whatever you want, Natasha, because you have the most unoriginal brain, that squishy brain that you swore you had to have a brain scan on, but yet you never did. Gambling most certainly is an addiction. But I'm not going to go for her. I'm not going to go at her for that, Clary. Hey, Jonathan. I'm not going to go for her gambling problem because I don't agree with going at people for their addictions. But my son, I'll take 10 human beings with the same heart and the same beautiful aura around them as my son has over Natasha Cooper any day. Because you know what, my son, he might be a drug addict. He might have stolen. He might have driven on a suspended license. But guess what he's never done? He's never hurt a child. He's never hurt a grieving family. That's what he's never done. Hey, Speak Truth. Speak Truth always speaks really things that I always want to say, but then I always forget. Hey, Natalie, sorry. Yeah, she's screaming out boomer. I'm not a boomer, Natasha. I missed it by 1 year. But if you think I take that as an insult, are you kidding me? Hello Starlight tells me to go fuck my mother. Do you think I take being called a boomer an insult? So we don't really need a history lesson, Natasha, on why I don't like you, because I've never liked you. But when you started trickling into my community, this community, right, three-quarters of her chat are boomers. Exactly. Yeah, what age is Natasha? She falls right in there. She's right in the middle of boomer stage. No, 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 she's not. Wait a minute. I'm Gen X. So Natasha's Gen X, I think. I don't know. I don't know how long Gen X lasted. I just know I missed boomer by 1 year. You had to be born before 1964. And I wasn't. But I don't care. If boomer is all she's got, cool. Is Starlight a Jimmerman fan? I don't know. Oh, Rabid Dog's panel was weird. We had Natasha and Diane sitting side by side. Can you imagine that pair? Yeah, Diane, I'm calling you out. Come on out and play, Diane. Actually, hook up with Natasha. It's going to be really weird to see how certain people handle the fact that Diane came out and went on that panel next to Natasha. It kind of struck me as strange, but hey, to each their own. To each their own. Probably not going to be a very welcome pair. Yes, Tawanda, you always get a call out, girl. Natasha calls you out. Diane calls you out. Did Diane know NC was coming on panel? I don't know. I don't know. But I can tell you that I don't know, speak truth with love. She might have very well been unaware that Natasha was coming on panel. But if that's the case, then Rabbit Dog kind of snuck one over on Diane. Because if I had somebody on my panel, I would say, hey, so and so is going to come up. Because I'd want to know if there's a problem. Hello, Lurker. Hello, Quark. Well, I don't know if she's back, but she went on a panel with Rabid Dog and Natasha Cooper. But wouldn't that be a pair? But either way, I'm going to get off here. Natasha, again, you put me in the position that I've got absolutely nothing to lose. And because the fact that you have now been introduced to the drama community and you've changed all the rules, it's going to be like the wild, wild fucking West out here. And that's sad because we used to be happy just throwing tomatoes at each other. But hey, I'm up because I don't bring a slingshot to a gunfight, bitch. And yes, I know all about the stand your ground rules in Florida. If you think I would waste my time to come to your little Hoboken town in Florida instead of a sandy, beautiful beach somewhere, you done lost your damn squishy ass brain mind. And trust me when I say, your little pew pew ain't no prettier than mine. Mine's on my community post if you want to go sneak a peek at it. It takes hollow points too. But then again, ain't nobody gonna shoot nobody. But she had to bring up, and her little minion on the panel with her. Is she not a rat? Is she? Now, here's what they're. She's trying to prove she was scared. This girl's like, Natasha, you know the stand your ground rule. She should know it. Do they really think I'm trying to raise money to go on vacation? Do they really think I'm gonna go crawling around Natasha's trailer park? I might fall in that big old hole they dug in the yard. How am I gonna get my fat ass up out of that hole? Natasha ain't gonna help me. No. I have no desire to go to Natasha's house. But again, you've put me in a position, Natasha, that you have a whole lot more to lose than I do. Because, see, I don't violate terms of service. I don't stream your shit. I've never had a PayPal frozen or absolutely lost or whatever scam you were pulling that time. That's a good firearm is a barbecue lighter. I think it's comical to threaten to fight people too. But then again, I had somebody email me that said she won't even get out of her car if you approach her in person. I don't know if it's true. I don't care if it's true. I have no desire to see Natasha Cooper in person. But you ain't going to shut me up, bitch. You ain't going to run me out of here. And you got a whole lot more to lose than I do. And to Hello Starlight and Life Rewinded and Misnomer and all the other people from this community that I've seen. Now, I can't say nothing about the people from Natasha's community because I don't know diddly squat about them. I know I see their little threats in her chat saying, that woman don't know us. She don't know what we're capable of. Don't worry. I got your screenshots. You can be traced. If something was to happen in my real life, I mean. But since it's okay, not only is it okay, but it's being rooted on. It's being rooted on because I poked the bear. Now, when Starlight was poking that Amber chick, did that Amber chick have the right to dox Starlight's children? No. No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't have that right. She would not have that right. No. But those are the old rules. Those are the old rules. Now it's just the wild, wild west out here. And the people that are cheering it on, well, like I said, no one's immune. Remember, everything's public. Everything's public. So I'm going to jump off here. Um, I've done made the calls I need to make for today to cover, to protect my son from Natasha Cooper. Uh, they found it kind of funny. There will be no Zoom call, Natasha. So now you can get the body cam if that's going to make you feel better. If you want to con your supporters out of the money to pull the body to for you too, Julia. You can get that. My son has it in his Discovery. But remember, Natasha, I got nothing to lose. Because YouTube ain't my life, bitch. Remember, Starlight, I got nothing to lose. Because YouTube doesn't support my family. Remember, Hartley, Life Rewinded, Nomer, all of you all cheering this shit on. Remember, German lady, you've already seen the inside of the police station there, haven't you? I got nothing to lose. So, if you're going to call the cops on me, Starlight, Natasha has my address. But you already know that, don't you? All right, guys. No way, Wog. All right. Thank you guys for your support. And thank you for being good people. For being good, decent people. And I don't expect anybody to put themselves in the line of fire when it comes to Natasha Cooper and the link she may go to. I don't recommend it. But thank you for standing up for what's right. And believe me, there's hundreds and hundreds that aren't speaking. But you guys have a great weekend. We're not going to go out on the boat. There's a big fish fry going on. It's 200 degrees out. I don't know if I want to go sit out in 100-degree weather and eat, the striper my brother has caught all year. But you never know. I'm a fat lady. Me and hot weather do not jive. But you guys have a great day. Well, let's see how this unfolds. And I'll see you around the tubes. Bye, guys.